first term in the academic year at Oxford is starting in October and finishing just into December, or sometimes even in the final days of November. So what that means is that the celebration of Christmas happens nearly a month before Christmas proper. I think Christmas actually is a really exciting time for the choir's role within their college, because obviously it's one of the times when the college chapel is going to be completely packed.
My workload certainly goes up because we do 3 very big carol services here. They're ticket-only events. We give away 350 tickets and they're like gold dust. I saw a note on Facebook the other day from a student saying, "I'll buy you anything you want for a purple carol service ticket." Which is just what I want to see.
The Christmas season is one that I don't have a love-hate relationship with it. I've got used to Christmas music by now. But the next time I sing Once and Roll David City, I have to sort of say, well, okay, I may have heard this 10,000 times, but somebody else may be coming to it new. So you have to be ready for, changing your mindset to meet other people's.
Average congregational worship or more sort of free charismatic or evangelical worship can demand a lot of the person who's coming in. It insists that you participate. And sometimes that's quite off-putting for people, particularly people who might be slightly outside of the church. So I think our musical tradition provides a much needed space for people who, some people come just to hear the music, but many people come because they also want that worship opportunity, but they want to be able to be receptive and quiet. So the music creates a space and hopefully an opportunity for them to experience God, and it demands very little of them, only that they be there and be open.
I think to come into a place and to hear that account is enriching itself, and add these other things, add the building, the sort of the attentive listening, and add the music, and you have something which is pretty powerful. That's why people come.
It's interesting that what a lot of these choirs are doing in their singing for services in their college chapels is of course an extraordinary survival of something that's centuries old. But on the other hand, these are very modern choirs. A number of the Oxford choirs are very active in commissioning new works. They will sometimes sing works written by members of the choir or other members of the college community, other Oxford young composers. So it's an activity which I think is flourishing and is enjoying the fruits of what I hope and think is a renaissance in choral singing.
This is something that we have done extremely well for a very long time, and it's quite a legacy for us to hand on. It's kind of one of the best things we do, and we're pretty much the best there is doing it. So it would be a shame not to carry on doing it very well. But I expect what will happen is that it will, as it's always done, transform over time. It's not going to be the same in 100 years' time.
We have people who come through the door who will say, "Oh, we live in Canada and we listen to your webcast every week." So I think that's a very important way for us to just be able to reach out beyond our doors, and then often those people do at some point come through the doors as well.
And there is this worry that keeps coming up every so often, which is that, standards are going to drop if you do this or you do that. The joke about this worry is that the standard of singing in collegiate and cathedral choirs has never been higher. The quality of singing now is much better than it was 50 years ago. And probably that was better than it was 50 years before that. If we could go and hear the Chapel Royal that William Byrd and Thomas Tallis conducted and sang in Tudor times, we'd probably be horrified how bad they were. The quality and the standard is very high now, and that's been through a period of great change. So my view would be not to be scared of change and diversity and things that might happen, because things that might happen can be a very good thing.
Yeah, I'm all right. I love what I'm doing. I think I've had a huge slice of good fortune, which is to have been given this opportunity. And whatever I've done has been because I've had people who could do it with me. And when all is said and done, my great contribution to the effort is to make no noise when they're singing.